I need the mainstream media, CBS, ABC, CNN, to step forward and start covering what is a major scandal. How many thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands of people are permanently disabled or possibly lost their life because our FDA hid the fact that there were safety signals screaming at them with the COVID injection?
Jackie, this is the most egregious government scandal in my lifetime. On March 1st, Peter Marks, the head of the division within FDA that approves vaccines and then surveils the safety, was briefed that the algorithm they're using to analyze VAERS was going to completely mask and hide safety signals. 26 days later, he was shown 25 adverse events where there were, safety signals, including sudden cardiac death, pulmonary infarction, Bell's palsy, different types of strokes, and he hid it. They are lying about it to this day. They continued to use the old algorithm. They knew would hide it, and then they went and lied to the American public. So, again, the hundreds of thousands of people that experienced adverse events, the tens of thousands that died on VAERS, reported on VAERS, associated with that vaccine, these people ought to have a cause of action against those government officials that hid what the American people had a right to know, but they lied bald-faced to the American public. And unfortunately, I appreciate Fox covering this. Not one major network has picked up the story. This has been 3 weeks now. Like I said, the biggest government scandal in my lifetime, and mum's the word because everybody was complicit in it.
I confronted Francis Collins in April when there were, I think, 2,926 deaths reported to VAERS. I said, Dr. Collins, are you following this? Well, Senator, we've attributed 6 deaths to the Janssen vaccine, clotting, that type of thing. But other than that, Senator, people die. That was his reaction. And that continues to be their reaction. So, here's what they do. There's no definitive proof. I mean, that's a weasel word. So you'll never have a definitive proof of exactly what caused somebody to, could they have that heart attack? Maybe they died of a cerebral hemorrhage first, or maybe, it's like definitive. It just shows you how disingenuous they really are.
Right.
Again, 24% of 39,000 deaths reported the day of or within 2 days. I know what I would more than likely attribute the cause of death to those types, particularly when you have these reports perfectly healthy. And I've been dealing enough with the vaccine injured or the injection injured community. These are healthy people. They have no health problems whatsoever. All of a sudden they are permanently disabled, or they just died in their sleep. But I'll tell you the story I really want you to cover. I sent you this report just as I was standing here, is the major scandal we uncovered in my committee 2 weeks ago about how the FDA on March 1st, 2021, knew that their safety surveillance system was going to hide and mask serious safety signals on serious adverse events. 26 days later, they were shown the safety signals on things like sudden cardiac death, pulmonary infarction, Bell's palsy, other types of strokes. They continued to use the system that they knew hid these signals. That's what we ought to have me on. The mainstream media is completely covering this up. I'm calling out the mainstream media. Start covering this major scandal.
Senator, I mean, I see you sent this to me at 6:22.
No, I'm not. I'm saying have me on in the future. I was invited on last week. I sent it. The producers canceled it, but not to you, to somebody else in CNN. But no, not ABC, not NBC, not CBS. None of the major news stories are covering this major scandal. I'm giving you an opportunity to be the lead on CNN. Cover this. Read that report.
Okay.
Read that report and have me back on.
All right. Well, I'll read the report. But like I said, you just sent it to me.
Oh, I read. No,
I'm not going to be rude to my guest.
Not blaming at all.
And read your text message during the interview. But Republicans.
I'm not blaming you. I realize it. I'm just asking you to have me back on.
All right. Well, I'm sure we will. We have you on quite often, and we'll have you on again. Republican Senator Ron Johnson of the great state of Wisconsin. Thank you.